Lewis Hamilton is not afraid of going head-to-head with George Russell at Mercedes in 2022. Lewis Hamilton has reportedly told Mercedes he will not be retiring from Formula One in the off-season, and the Briton has no fears about going up against a new teammate in George Russell for 2022. Valtteri Bottas, a driver Hamilton named F1's greatest ever teammate, departs to join Alfa Romeo with Russell replacing him. Russell is expected to eventually become Hamilton's long-term championship-challenging replacement and will be his teammate for at least the next 2 years, with his fellow Briton out of contract at the end of 2023. Former Mercedes Junior Academy member Russell comes in hoping to give the reigning world champions an even greater dual threat at the front of the pack, with Bottas having proven inconsistent in recent years. Russell has spent his last 3 seasons in F1 effectively on loan from Mercedes at backmarkers Williams, consistently impressing in qualifying despite the team's slow cars. The 23-year-old clinched 4 points finishes in the 2021 season, including a remarkable second-placed finish at the rained-off Belgian Grand Prix courtesy of a stunning qualifying lap. The season before, Russell stood in for Hamilton at the Sakhir Grand Prix in Bahrain at the last minute and was on course for victory until a team pit-stop error and then misfortune re-signed him to P9. With Bottas never once finishing within 50 points of Hamilton in the Drivers' Championship in 5 years at Mercedes, team principal Toto Wolff has opted to axe the Finn in hope of Russell combating the two-pronged threat of Red Bull with Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez. It remains to be seen how the change in dynamic affects Mercedes, with the last time they had 2 drivers going all out for the title, with Hamilton and Nico Rosberg, resulting in multiple chaotic episodes for the Silver Arrows. But Motorsport.com's Italian branch report that Hamilton is not afraid of taking the fight to Russell, having gone toe-to-toe with Red Bull's Verstappen for the 2021 championship. The 7-time world champion ultimately missed out on a record-breaking 8th title, but Mercedes widely feel that he was robbed of victory in a controversial season-ending Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And despite the heartbreak of missing out on the title, Hamilton is said to have told Mercedes that he will be returning to the grid to partner Russell next year. Hamilton's former McLaren teammate Jenson Button, the 2009 world champion, insists Russell must not expect too much in his years alongside the 36-year-old great. "He's got to not put pressure on himself," Button said to Sky Sports F1. "He can't think, I'm going to get in the car and be quicker than Lewis on day one. He's got to build up to it, otherwise he's going to shoot himself in the foot. You can't be too confident alongside Lewis." While Wolff told the Daily Mail back in November that Russell must respect the boundaries while driving for the Brackley-based outfit. The Austrian chief said, "This is Mercedes. We have no place for the genius jerk. Even a superstar driver has to respect team values. I wouldn't hesitate in the future if a driver talked bad about the team or wasn't appropriate. I would first deal with it internally, and if that didn't yield results, I would take the driver out of the car." On the bench, yes. And George Russell is another intelligent young man. He will slot into the team, but that doesn't mean he has to hold back when driving. You can't expect a lion in the car and a puppy out of it. But there are certain boundaries within the team that must be respected, and George knows them very well. Once the lights are green, only the drivers are responsible. I can't interfere, manage, or remote control them, but one thing is of ultimate importance: don't touch. That's your responsibility. You can race hard, but no contact. I've been there before with Nico when it wasn't just a rivalry. There was a lot of animosity, and that's not going to happen. This is about showing respect for each other, and it can be hard because if you race on the same spot on the racetrack you will eventually come across each other, but there is an integrity we expect that no one is ever bigger than the team.